In this video, we're going to look at how we add and subtract with numbers that are in scientific notation. The first key that we have to remember is that the powers of 10 must match. So the power of 10, or that exponent of 10, must match. So when I look here, those two match. They're both 10 to the 7th. Since they match, what we can now do is line up the decimal points on these two numbers here and add. So I can go 2.73, 6.7, and add them together. 3, 14, carry the 1, bring that decimal down, 9. So I end up with 9.43 times 10 to the 7th. And I leave basically that 10 to the 7th alone. I don't change it because I'm really lining up the decimal at that power of 10. So now when I look here at this next one, here they don't match. Because if I look, here I have 10 to the 2nd. And here I have 10 to the 4th. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this 10 to the 2nd into 10 to the 4th. Because what I want to do is make the smallest exponent match. I want to make the smallest of the exponents match. So since this is 2, I'm going to turn it into 4 by adding 2. So I add 2 to this. But in math, whenever you do one thing, you have to do two things to keep everything in balance. So I need to move this decimal point twice. And since that was a positive 2 that I was adding, I'm going to move to the left 2 times. The same number I put here is the same number of times I'm going to move the decimal point. So 1, 2. So that becomes 0.062 times 10 to the 4th plus 3.28 times 10 to the 4th. Now I just need to add the two numbers. 3.28 point, again I line up by the decimal point, 0.62. Now I'm going to add the 0 here. I go 2, 14, carry the 1, 3, bring the decimal down, 3. So it becomes 3.342 times 10 to the 4th. Okay, now I have subtraction. I'm really just going to do the same thing. Again, the first thing I notice is that my powers of 10 match. Those two exponents match. So all I have to do is subtract the two numbers. So I go 3.1, 1.32. Now I'm going to subtract. But I have to remember here, I need to add that 0 because it is a place value. So when I come here, I can't take 2 from 0, so I'm going to need to borrow. Take 1 from there, so that becomes 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. Okay, I need to borrow again. 10 minus 3 is 7. Bring down the decimal point. 2 minus 1 is 1. So I end up with 1.78 times 10 to the 5th. Again, when I add the numbers in scientific notation, I'm going to leave those powers of 10 alone. Okay, finally I come to the last one. Again, here I have 10 to the 7th. Here I have 10 to the 6th. They don't match. I need to make a match. And again, I'm going to make the smallest of the two match. So I'm going to add 1 to the 6. Again, now when I add 1, I need to move this decimal point 1 time. Whatever I add here tells me how many times I need to move the decimal point, in this case, to the left. So I have 8.9 times 10 to the 7th minus 0.13 times 10 to the 7th. 0.89 minus 0.13. Again, I'm going to add that 0 in there because I need that place value. So to subtract, I'm going to borrow. Let me see, 8, 1, 10 minus 3 is 7. 8 minus 1 is 7. I bring that, that's 8. So 8.77 times 10 to the 7th. And that covers how to do addition problems and subtraction problems in scientific notation.